Hello, good morning, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. Just type I can hear you so I can know that I'm on. Good morning. Good morning, Mercy. Good morning, Joshua. Good morning, T. Blissford. You hear me? Hello. Morning. Yes. Good morning, Mercy. Good to have everyone here on the call. Good to know that you can hear me. Wow, welcome to Embark Entrepreneurship Academy Cohort for orientation. I'm excited, really. I want to know how you feel. Can you just let me know in one word, how do you feel right now? I'm excited. I want to know how you feel. Can you just drop it in the comment section? How do you feel? What's going through your mind right now? My own word is excited. I'm excited. I'm elated. Mercy, Ebele, can I know how you feel? Yes, it's for real. This is happening real. Like you're in a business academy, you're in a business school, right? Yes, I'm excited. Thank you, Ebele. Good morning, Ayodeji. Ecstatic. Awesome. So happy. I know the feeling. Good one. I feel terrific. Yes, yes, super pumped. Yeah, I love that. I love the energy in the comment section. Yes, thank you, Mayakun. All right, so I just want to welcome everyone. I want you to know that Embark Entrepreneurship Academy has so much to offer you on this journey, and I want you to take every session seriously. Every session means a lot. So if you feel like this is an orientation, and you don't have your notepad, go grab your notepad right now. Go grab your notepad and your pen because every session counts. Okay? This is your Harvard Business School. So I want you to take it, with all seriousness. There's so much to take home from today's orientation and other live sessions to come. So please grab your notepad. And if I were you, by now I would have changed my bio to I'm now in a business school or learning business. Yes, because you're going to learn how to scale your business. Yeah, Harvard style business class. You understand? So go change that your bio to in a business school. When people gain admission to Lagos Business School and they just put in their bio, this is your own Lagos Business School. This is Embark Entrepreneurship Academy, and we have a very robust curriculum. So much to learn. Okay. And one thing I will also advise you to do is while you change your bio, your social media page, change it to you're in a business school. Every session you have, tell people what you've learned. Okay? Tell people what you've learned. Let them know that you're learning something. That's how to build authority. I want you to understand that by the end of this journey, at the end of this journey, you can also teach people how to run their business, how to scale their business. So you shouldn't joke with every session. You should have your notepad every time and jot things down. And when you're done with each session, put it on social media, write what you've learned, teach people. If this journey is going to last for 6 months, right? So imagine if you're teaching people on business for 6 months. You know what you are building on social media? Authority. People can trust you because you are giving them top notch, information. So let me not bore you with my TED talk. Okay, so I'm just excited as you are. And over the next few months, you'll be learning, growing, building your businesses, and we are going to train you on how you can stand strong in today's world. So we have an exciting lineup for you today: inspiring speeches, stories, and the unveiling of what I heard in this cohort. So sit tight, participate fully, and let's make today memorable. Okay, so to officially set the ball rolling, I would like to invite our convener, Mr. Daria Debayo, to give us the welcome address. You know how we do it. Let me see the energy in the comment section, your fire emojis. Let's give it up for Mr. Daria Adebayo. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I'm so excited today. I'm sure we are all excited. Please use your favorite emoji, type in the chat box. Let me know how excited you are to be a part of Embark Entrepreneurship Academy Cohort 4. Wow. So I'm going to be giving the welcome address, and it's a very short one. I'm just going to charge us as we begin our 6 months journey with the Embark Entrepreneurship Academy. Right. This reminds me of when I started my own first business. I just finished secondary school, and out of the passion, to solve problems, to create a solution, I started my first business digitizing what we would normally call yearbooks. I started making year CDs. So I've been in the process of digitizing processes, for quite a long time. Of course, you would agree with me that a fresh secondary school graduate might not have necessarily been able to, create a very outstanding product. But of course, I did create something that worked. And then when I got into the university, one of my clients in the business I had started before university, was discussing how she had challenges managing students' payments, managing students' records in our school. They were doing all of this manually. And I saw another opportunity and I jumped at it that, oh, we can actually build a solution that can digitize schools. And that's what I am doing from that time, from when I was in, I think, 200 level at the university up until now. That's about 14 years. So I've poured the last 14 years of my life, digitizing schools, leveraging on AI, data science, and what have you. So what started small while I was at the university is now a global company. We've earned international recognitions. We've earned local competition recognition. We've won competitions, and that just reminds me of what the good book says. It says that he who is faithful over little, much will be given unto him. So it means that that little business of yours that you're starting today, you need to be faithful, right? And the book also says that if you see a man who is diligent in what he does, it will only take a matter of time. That man will stand before great men. That man will stand before kings. So I want to charge us this on this orientation call that business of yours that you've started, that business of yours that you are growing, you need to be diligent at it. You need to look at don't look at it that it's small, right? Focus on it, grow on it, and it will become big. And as it becomes big, I trust that you will stand before kings. I also want to quickly tell us a quote from Aligo Dangote. He says that if you don't have an ambition, you shouldn't be alive, right? And I know that we all have an ambition. We are building something good. So your ambition is what has gotten you to Embark Entrepreneurship Academy, right? So it means that you need to stay ambitious on your journey on Embark. You need to stay resilient. You need to stay motivated, right? As much as possible, we will motivate you. But trust me, self motivation is very important. So you need to keep yourself motivated all through the journey. You need to be persistent. You need to apply all the learnings that you would get from every class. And a wise man once said that it is better to have a thing and not need it rather than to need a thing and not have it. So it means that there are some lessons in the academy that you will be learning that you might think, oh, I don't need it. But on the day you need it, applying that wisdom will make you feel like a superman. But imagine if you don't pay attention to it, and on the day you need it, you remember that, oh, I think we were taught this at Embark, but you can't remember, what you were taught. I know that will not be us. All of us will stay resilient, will stay confident, will keep learning, and of course, leverage on your peers, network with, the facilitators that will be bringing for you. Squeeze out the knowledge out of your mentors. That is very important. You have to squeeze out the knowledge out of your mentors. I know that it's going to be a wonderful time for you all. I know that it's going to be a productive time for you all, and have a wonderful time on the orientation program today. Thank you. Thank you.
Hmm. Thank you, Mr. Dari, for that inspiring address. This is the moment where Jency says, clock it. Are you guys clocking it? Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your leadership in making EMBARK what it is today. We are so excited. Thank you, everyone. And like I said, grab your notepad, and your pen. There's so much to take home from today's orientation. And one thing that stood out from me from what Mr. Dari said is you have to stay self-motivated. Okay? You have to keep pushing yourself. You get to a point where you might feel tired, but you know why you're doing this. Okay. And if anyone asks you, have you um when people talk about scholarship, that I'm a scholarship recipient, you are also a scholarship recipient. I mean, this is a scholarship, right? Okay, so raise your shoulder up. All right, so next we'll be hearing about the history of Embark Entrepreneurship Academy, so that you can understand the journey we have been on, and where we are headed. So please welcome Mrs. Banjo with the same energy. Let me see the fire emojis. Let's welcome Mrs. Banjo. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Please confirm you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Thank you. So I'd like to say a big thank you to Mr. Dari once again, and to everyone. It's truly an honor to be here today, standing with you. A quick look back, right, and to show you how amazing the journey has been so far, and how this vision has grown in 2 years. So this vision started with Mr. Dari sharing his dream with me in about Embark in 2023. He spoke about giving back, right, and about equipping young people with the knowledge, skills, and courage to start business early and to avoid some of the trial and error mistakes he had. You heard the story. He started his business very early in life, and of course, he didn't have this kind of training, so there were a lot of trial and errors. However, he's here to bridge that gap. Okay, and then that's how Embark started. We started with a simple but powerful idea, bridging the knowledge gap for the next generation of entrepreneurs. Right? We started small. Our very first cohort was with just 16 selected students from secondary school, out of which 12 were selected and four completed the cohort. Today, three out of those four are in universities across the world, and this is proof that we are building something that is worth continuing. Now, after that, we had cohort two, which was undergraduate, unlike this first one, which was secondary school students. Cohort two had just undergraduates, and then also 16 people applied, and out of which 12 graduated. And then we evolved again to cohort three. At this time, we had more structure, we had more impact, we had a more wholesome curriculum, and then we expanded to new platforms like social media platforms on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and then we also introduced capstone projects in cohort three, right? And then mentorship, and the growth was clear because our students were not just learning, they were transforming their ideas into real businesses. And here we are, 2 years later. And in this time, we've had 27 graduates altogether. We've had 16 spotlight sessions. We have a total of 19 mentors and about 56 guest facilitators. All together in 2 years. Grateful for how far we've come and excited for what lies ahead. I'm excited for every one of you. I'm excited for your businesses because I'm too sure that the things you learn from this academy will transform your business in no small way. So please, like Mr. Dari has encouraged us and Mrs. Timmy has been saying, make good use of this, make good use of the opportunity, and then We can also tell you that you're part of a story that is being written, and I look forward to the chapters that you and your businesses will add to the academy. Yes, to growth and impact. Welcome once again to Embark. Thank you, everyone.
This is the moment where you say, Mr. Dare has a large heart. Thank you, Mrs. Banjo, for walking us through Embark story. Truly, this journey has been impactful, and all I can say is Mr. Dare has a large heart, doing this without even collecting a dime from anyone. It shows how much he wants to impact knowledge into people. It shows how much he wants young entrepreneurs to grow, right? Imagine 27 graduates. That's a lot. Thank you so much once again, Mrs. Banjo. I want you to know that there's still a lot of things that we have in store for you today. So I want you to keep the energy, okay? I want you to keep the energy. All right. So right now, what you're going to watch is a testimonial video from our past participants, okay? But while we do that, there's something I want to ask you people on the call this morning. I know that we have expectations, right? So can you just share in, let's say, in one sentence, your expectation for this business school or for this business academy? Can you just let me know what your expectation is? I'll be reading from the comment section your expectations in just in a sentence. I'm waiting. So what are you expecting? So for me, I've always joined the live sessions, and I know that one of the things that we learn is personal branding. We also learn about the legal essentials about business, how to run your business legally. And that's one of the things I'm actually looking forward to. So I'd like to know what your expectations are while we wait for. Okay, so someone says to learn more on business structuring and building a loyal customer base. So good. That's a good one. Building a loyal customer base is very, very essential. Yes. Thank you, T. Bliss. Okay, so I want us to watch a testimonial video from our past participants, and then as you watch, I want you to pay attention to how Embark has shaped their business journey. But before I do that, I'm seeing your comments. I'm looking forward to the classes and afterwards the mentorship. Of course, that's one thing about the Embarked Academy, the mentorship part. Having someone to guide you through your business, someone that has been there, that knows the pain and all of that can guide you. That's a good one. I have a better version of what I'm building in my brand presently. Good one. You know why it's good to have expectations? So that you can track it. So when you realize that your expectations are not being met, you can voice out, okay, this is one of the things that I want to learn and it's yet to be taught. You can voice. But if you do not have an expectation, you won't even know if you are missing out on anything, right? So thank you for sharing your expectations with me. I'm looking forward. Okay, to learn how to do business properly. Miriam says to learn how to do business properly and become a grounded entrepreneur, making true impact. Thank you, Miriam. Miriam wants to be a grounded entrepreneur. Miriam wants to make true impact. Good one. How to do business properly. Of course, there's actually a way to do business properly. It's not just about I have a business. How do you do it? Okay. Prosper says looking forward to business growth, visibility, and accountability. Yeah. So that visibility, that's why I said by now you should start updating your social media bio and then start building your social media presence, you now know about business. So it's not just about you putting this into your business. You can start teaching people what you're learning here. And you know one thing about when you teach people something, it stays with you. It's, you can't teach what you don't know, right? So let's say you want to teach something now and you don't know it, then you go back to the videos, where you are being taught, and then you suck it in, and then you can give it out to people, right? So Mr. Daria has given me go ahead to milk, for lack of better words. Okay. Good one, Joshua. To learn how to position myself well for potential clients and also keep them. Good one. Good one. Good one. We need to know how to, position ourselves well so that we can get good clients. Then to be better in handling my business both physically and online. Thank you, Rafiat. To get sales daily, how to build my funnel, a loyal customer base. Thank you, Bisola. Good one. All right, so we're about to roll out the testimonial video. Okay, so this is the time where you sit back and enjoy. Thank you.
What is fundraising? Fundraising is the process of raising money or capital for a business, an organization, or a project. The purpose of the funds is mostly to start, in other cases, is to sustain or grow the business.
Emotional demands are the pressures and expectations placed on you to manage and regulate your emotion in the workspace.
Now, let's go on to tools of speaking. Tools of speaking. Number one, clarity.
When someone is then bringing up an idea or trying to go a direction that is not right, keeping quiet is going to be a disaster for the business.
For social media, how much do we spend on social media? How many customers did we eventually sell to from the people that came from social media? These events that we have been going to every month or every year, how many customers did we acquire in the last 1 year? Is it a profitable channel? Is it a channel for lead generation? Is it a profitable channel? Word of mouth. How much did we spend on word of mouth marketing? And how many customers did we get?
That was powerful. Somebody say passion. I thought you say tell your neighbor passion, but tell yourself passion. Can you see the way Mr. Daye was teaching with passion? There's so much to learn, honestly. Our facilitators are ready. They are ready for you. They are ready to dish out everything, So like I said, grab your notepad because right now we are moving to the keynote session where you listen to a keynote speech from Miss Ashley. Okay, so it's time for our first keynote of the day. We are honored to have with us Miss Ashley Agre, who will be sharing her insight with us. Please make welcome Miss Ashley. All right, so I'm going to read her profile. I want us to just listen as I read our profile. Okay, so Miss Ashley is an entrepreneur with 5+ years experience, from no capital to 3 businesses. I need to see your fire emoji. Like, this is amazing. From no capital to 3 businesses, including one promising startup. Miss Ashley's entrepreneurial journey has been shaped by resilience and a strong desire to create solutions that generate both economic and social value. In addition to building businesses, she serves as a coach and mentor in personal development, personal branding, and entrepreneurship. Through her coaching, she helps women move from a place of feeling stuck, overwhelmed, and uncertain to achieving 5-figure success. This transformative journey combines personal development, personal branding, and entrepreneurship, empowering women to gain clarity, build confidence, and create sustainable growth. Driven by a deep commitment to impact and the empowerment of women, she established the Ashley Agro Network, a vibrant global community where women can come together to support one another in both personal and professional growth. Through this platform, she provides mentorship, resources, opportunities, and most importantly, a space that nurtures growth, sisterhood, and empowerment. She's on a mission to empower 5,000 young people by 2030 with a special focus on women, equipping them with the tools, confidence, and opportunities to thrive. Our contributions to entrepreneurship and women's empowerment have earned recognition, including being named one of the 100 most successful women entrepreneurs in Ghana by WIEA in 2023. Beyond business, she's deeply passionate about social impact. Above all, she's a firm believer in the Almighty God whose guidance directs every step of our journey. Let's give it up for Miss Ashley Agray. You're welcome, ma. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that warm welcome. It's good to be on this call, and I've been following everything that has been going on so far. And I would love to see that Embark, you are doing an amazing job. And to the participants that are here this morning, congratulations. This is going to be a life-changing journey for you. So good morning, everyone. And it's indeed a pleasure to be here this morning. As my profile was read, I am passionate about entrepreneurship. And so when I'm called to deliver speeches like this, I am super excited. And as an individual that is passionate about bringing people together to build communities, mentorship, this is a topic I am excited about. No founder grows alone, right? So I'm just going to go ahead to present my slides. Timmy, are you able to assist with that? Are you able to show my slides?
Yes, it's on.
Awesome. Great. So yes, welcome once again to Embark Academy Orientation. And I know that this is going to be a life-changing journey for you. You've not made a wrong decision. This is actually a very big decision you've made. Before I even go into my slides, when I started my business, my first business was with no capital, as already mentioned. It was just an individual getting up to see that, you know what, I want to earn some extra bucks, right? And then I started my fashion retail business. It was just a device I had. And as at that time, I didn't even know any of the professional design apps. My first flyer was made with photo grade, right? I put together the flyer. I got in touch with suppliers that could help me sell what I wanted to sell, my fashion stuff, the accessories. And then I started with that. That should tell you that there is no limitation when you want to get into this space of entrepreneurship. It takes your mind, it takes your mindset, the determination you have. Now, we are going to our topic for the day that says, no founder grows alone, the power of collaboration. Now, when we talk about collaboration, what is collaboration? It's simply the art of working together, getting one or more people on board to work towards a shared goal, a shared vision. Now, when we start our ventures, there's always, I have to do this alone. I have to make the tough decisions alone. That is what we are made to think, that this is our vision. It's only us that can drive our vision. And that is a common myth, that successful founders are solo geniuses, extraordinary solo geniuses. But the truth is that behind the successful founders are a team of advisors, a team of investors, a core team that makes what you see happen. The most successful founders know when and how to lean on other people. If you attempt to do it alone, the first thing that may come up will be isolation. You begin to think that this is my own journey, no one understands me. And that is wrong because some people have walked your journey. Just like you are starting your entrepreneurship journey. I started mine about 6 years ago. And we may not be in the same venture, but I have walked your journey. I've tried to get people to purchase a product. I've tried to get people to validate a product. And so, as much as you will think that I do not understand you, I do understand you. There's burnout if you attempt to do it alone. For startups, sometimes the challenge is that you are limited. You do not have the resources, you may not have the financial capacity. And so you attempt to do everything all by yourself. You want to be the CEO, you want to be the HR, you want to be the production manager, you want to be everything all by yourself. But it's not sustainable. At a point, you burn out. At a point, you are not able to move. You need collaboration. Limited resources. One mind. You cannot tell me one mind is better than 5 minds. 5 minds are definitely better than one mind. You need more than one perspective. You need more than one network. You need a network. And if you attempt to do it alone, you are limited when it comes to resources. Together, we achieve more. We are in a generation or in an era that makes us think that we can do it alone. I mean, it's the era of independence. I've made it. People say they are self-made and all that, but it's a lie. It's a lie. That's the truth. It's a lie. No man is an island. We all need people. And the most successful founders have people. They don't do it alone. They have people they are able to fall back on. That is why you realize that once they get to the top, they never come down because they've built a network. They collaborate from time to time. Collaboration is the key. Collaboration multiplies capacity. When my profile was being read, you heard that I am the founder of the Ashley Agri Network. When I started the Ashley Agri Network 3 years ago, it started as just one initiative. It started as the Women in Business Mentorship. It was just one initiative, and that was being run by myself. But as just one person, there was just little I could do. Over time, we've evolved to be this broad community, currently with a community number of 230 plus women and across 5 countries. And this is not work I could have done just by myself. I had to get a team on board. Because imagine how one mentorship program feels like. Not to talk of having 5 and also managing a community of 230 people. It's not an easy task. That is why you need collaboration. If it was just me alone, there's so little I could have done because my schedule is one interesting one. It moves from project to project. I'm already managing 3 businesses and to have my coaching cohorts all ongoing. So just imagine that I decided that no, I just want to do this all alone. I don't want to have any other organizations on board as partners. I don't want to have a core team. I want to do this all alone. Just imagine. I may probably just reach 10 people. Collaboration is the key. The most brilliant ideas may not be able to scale because founders think they are supposed to grow alone. Collaboration is the key. Collaboration multiplies capacity. Collaboration may take so many forms. Sometimes it's mentorship, sometimes it's peer-to-peer support, sometimes it's strategic partnerships. When we talk of mentorship, we are all aware of that, right? The mentor-mentee relationship, where someone who has already walked the path guides an individual on that path. That is mentorship. Peer-to-peer support, where fellow founders come together to brainstorm, come together to support one another, come together to grow together. Strategic partnerships. This is where you find an organization or business that is doing well, that can complement your strength to help you scale. Collaboration takes so many forms. Now, how do you find your collaborators? Or even before I get into that, you can see this tree here, right? And you can see that it has multiple roots. If it had just one root, the wind could just take it away. The wind hits it once and is blown away, but it has multiple roots. And so it may take several attempts for this tree to be uprooted. Together, we are stronger. Collaboration, how to find your collaborators. And as a personal development and entrepreneurship coach, I don't go anywhere without talking about knowing who you are, knowing exactly what your aspirations are, exactly what your strengths are, and then personal branding. I heard Tammy talk about personal branding earlier, and I was super excited about that. Self-awareness. What is the vision? What vision do you have for the business? If you do not know that, how do you know that this particular organization or this particular industry? And so self-awareness is key to finding collaborators. Now you move to personal branding in physical spaces and online spaces. When we talk about personal branding, it's not just what you post on the internet. It goes beyond that. It's who you are as a person in physical spaces and online spaces. Opportunities are able to find you because of the image you've crafted in the minds of people. Personal branding is intentionally crafting how people see you. And I'm at a point where I get messages with regards to the things I do, because I've put that image out there. I've put my vision out there. Once you keep doing that in online spaces, the algorithm will push such people to your feed until you get to know about them. This is how you find your collaborators. Now, as founders and innovators, we are building businesses. As much as we are building businesses, we are building ecosystems. Our business is not going to end with just us. It's going to go beyond us. It's going to impact our country. It's going to impact the world. Collaboration is necessary to get us there. So as startups, as founders, as entrepreneurs, as leaders, let's commit to reaching out. You see somebody or an organization that is aligned with your goal or your vision, reach out. Share resources, get the work done. Let's commit to building partnerships. And so, as I bring my speech to an end, I will leave you with one question: who will you collaborate with? Thank you so much for giving me your ears.
Look at your neighbor and say, "What a word!" Wow. I don't even know what to say. Like, this is so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Miss Ashley, for that inspiring keynote. Such a powerful way to start this orientation. You know, honestly, I can't find the words to just express the way I feel. I don't know if you feel the same way. Like, this is very, very insightful. While Miss Ashley was talking, something just dropped on my mind, and I would just like to also share with you. As you we have people on this journey, right? Young entrepreneurs. You know that you can start collaborating with one another. You can support each other with content creation. Whether it's voiceovers, video editing, graphic design. Imagine there's someone on the group that is good with doing voiceover. There's someone that can do video editing. You can just collaborate. Can you edit my video for me? I will do voiceover for you. You have started collaborating from there, because one thing I owe dearly to me is when I learn something, I want to start implementing it. So I'm thinking of, how can I implement this immediately? Okay, so I want you to know that you can start implementing that right now. You understand? You can team up to create content for your businesses. And when you post, tag and collaborate. You see what Instagram is doing right now? You can collaborate with someone. And when you post, imagine we have people here that have large audience, and then I collaborate with you. My post get to your audience, yours get to mine, and we keep growing. Okay, so that way you are not only building your own visibility, but you're also helping someone else to grow. So, like I said, some of you already have a large audience on social media. Imagine how powerful it would be if you shared each other's posts. That's how strategic partnerships are formed. So now, as you're starting this journey, when you are doing introduction, when people introduce themselves on the group, be open and pay attention, because you never know who might become a blessing to your business. Like she said, no founder grows alone. There is power in collaboration. So when someone says, I am so, this is what I do, you better note it down. You better write the person's number down, because it might not be now that you'll be needing the person, but probably at the end of this journey, you need someone to help you do video editing, for your business. And then you just remember that, oh, there's this person that we did this Embark Entrepreneurship Academy together. This person can help. That is how collaborating, that's how you start it. So you can start, within yourself, right? Start thinking of, how can I implement this? This is what I'm doing. How can I bring this person? How can I collaborate with this person? And another way is when you post on LinkedIn, when you post on Facebook, share, okay? Form strategic partnership. Once again, I want to say thank you. Thank you, Miss Ashley. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now we are moving to the phase where we'll hear a live story from one of our Embark alumni. Okay. I think it's gonna be a video, so you're gonna watch Osborne share his experience and growth journey. Okay, so over to you, Geoffrey.
Hello everyone, my name is Ogunai Burimwalen and I'm the co-founder and CTO of EMBARK Africa. My experience at the EMBARK Entrepreneurship Academy Cohort 3 has been nothing short of remarkable. And I want to first express my gratitude to Mr. Dari Adebayo for facilitating this wonderful opportunity. Right, to the incoming Cohort 4 students, you are welcome to the EMBARK family. Let me share a few things that will help you maximize this journey. First, make the best use of the people around you. Connect with your classmates, work together on projects, ask questions, and build friendships that could last well beyond this program. Second, make it a priority to attend every class. Some lessons might not seem useful right away, but trust me, they will be valuable tools at the right time. Third, take networking very seriously. When guest speakers come in, don't hesitate to reach out, whether that's sending a message on LinkedIn or simply introducing yourself, as small connections today can open big doors tomorrow. And finally, make full use of the mentorship sessions. I can't really stress this enough. They gave me a lot of clarity on challenges I was facing in my business, and I believe they can do the same for you. For me, Embark has been a place of growth, both personally and for my startup, and I'm confident to offer the same to you if you give it your best. Thank you, and I wish you the very best on your journey with Cohort 4.
Wow. Thank you, Osborne. Yeah, thank you, Osborne. That was so encouraging. That was so encouraging. To all our new cohort members, that could be your story in a few months. Something stood out for me from what Osborne said. Osborne said something about working. I told you to get your notepad, and I have my notepad here as well. He said, work together on project. Work together on project. I'm going to still talk about that. Okay. So right now, I want to bring in our next keynote speaker, Mr. Oluwakoyejo. It's time for our second keynote of the day. And as we, how we do it, the energy, as we put our hands together using our emoji, right? I want to read Mr. Oluwakoyejo's profile for us so we can know about him. All right, so Oluwakoyejo Oluwatosin is an innovative entrepreneur with a strong passion for creative excellence. He is the founder and chief executive officer of Chronicle Software Development Company Limited. The company he founded while in final year in the university on the 27th September 2007. This went from zero to emerge as one of the top. He went from zero. Let me take that again. He went from zero to emerge as one of the top 50 emerging businesses in Nigeria by Diamond Bank in its Bet3 program in 2013. With over 1.2 million users since inception in about 40 countries and in 4 continents, Chronicles is fast becoming a global company, and its goal of becoming Africa's finest solution company very much on track. He's a graduate of computer science and was pioneer president of Programmers Group of the University of Ado-Ekiti, an IT professional with over 20 years experience in developing many cutting-edge solutions for schools and large organizations. His company has developed many enterprise applications for top banks and financial institutions in Nigeria. Koyejo has developed many commercially viable solutions, which include SuccessBox, Daily Manner for mobile, Universal Test Engine, and SuccessTab, a digital learning device for students and schools, which in 2021 was given the Education Hardware of the Year award by the Federal Ministry of Education. Recently, on the 10th August 2021, in partnership with the Lagos State Government, his company launched the largest digital classroom in Africa, ecosuccesscloud.com. It's a digital classroom in the cloud for all over 650 secondary schools and 700,000 students in Lagos State. Koyejo was selected among top 35 entrepreneurs in West Africa by Stanford University, USA, to attend the Stanford Seed Program designed for leading entrepreneurs in the emerging economies. This he briefly attended in August 2016. He is an alumnus of Enterprise Business Center, a sister institution of Lagos Business School, Association Leadership Academy, and Faith Foundation. In 2013, Koyejo was appointed a member of the Human Capital Development Commission of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group. He is the convener of the CONFAB, an annual conference of young professionals and students, which aims at empowering youth to take the lead and excel in their chosen fields. Koyejo has a passion for youth, to teach them principles that will make them peculiar and priceless. He enjoys inspiring reading and vision casting. Let's give it up for Mr. Koyejo. The energy in the room. Are you excited as I am? You're welcome, sir. Thank you.
Hello, thank you very much. Good morning. Great to be here. Oluwakoyejo Oluwatosin is my name, and it's an honor to come speak to young people, young entrepreneurs. Yeah, I had issues with my setup. Sorry, my video is a little bit not filling the screen. Moderator, can you confirm that this is okay? I'm connecting from an iPad. If I make it landscape, you won't get to see my video in totality. So, do I stay this way or do I use the other one? Which is more preferred? Please guide me. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I think this is good. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I think I should just stay the resolutions this way.
Yes, it's
It's
perfect.
perfect, fantastic. Good morning, everybody. Yes, great to be here. Thank you so much, Dari, for this wonderful initiative. Um, in my day and time, we were scrambling for these kind of things. We eventually got people that were running this, but not on a very structured manner. We went to business schools, got trained. Afterwards, we had to seek mentorship. We just kept going. So I'm not doing slides. I like having conversations. And you read my profile, so I need to meet you. You have met me, but I've not met you. Now, how do we do this? I know that there's a private chat. I think it's a general chat, right? So just let me have your name and what you do. That's all. Your name and yes, what you do and how long you've been in business. If you just send a chat, I'll get to see it and I'll just, you know. And also, may I know how many people in the room? I can't get to see that from where I stay. Moderator, you might need to help me. How many connections we have? Like like we said, just getting to meet every one of us before we jump right into the conversation. Today we're going to talk about something of interest to everybody, and we'll try and make it as consistent as possible. Discipline is freedom, building habits that outlast motivation. So I need us to be able to provide. Yeah, I need us to be able to provide some context in this conversation. Moderator, please, I need just to see a few things concerning the people that we're talking with
Okay, so
uh,
we have about 30 people
on
on
the
the
call.
call. Yes.
Fantastic. So can they chat in such a way that I can just get to see their names and the companies and what they do, how long they started? Just three
Right.
lines. My name
Okay.
Oluwapejo Watosin, CEO Chronicle Software, started in 2007. That's all. So okay, so just keep that going. And moderator, I'm sure that when they do that chat, I can see and put a name to the people in the room, although I can't see the face, not a problem. And we can proceed. So I'll give us 1 minute to just do the introduction, more like an icebreaker, and we will begin. So
All
while we
right.
are
So guys,
yeah, go ahead,
can you
moderator.
just so sorry. Can you just drop yes, so I think they started. There's someone just dropped his right now. So I guess to keep coming. I just wanted to be sure they get that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'm here to see any chats. Yeah, one message just dropped now to say that I started my design business in 2024. Fantastic. I am Olua Korede Bankole, a graphic designer. Thank you. Ebele Igo, fashion entrepreneur for a female apparel brand, CEO Ebele Igo brand. Started in 2022. Fantastic. My name is Ede Ifeanyichukwu, founded Norse Paddy. Okay. I'm sure that's an online platform started in 2025. Oh, that's amazing. Well done, well done. Okay, just keep it coming. Keep it coming. You already know me already. My name is Joshua Oroge. I founded an online tutoring company. I'm very interested in that. The Light Tutors Limited 5 years ago during COVID. That is amazing. That's a product of the pandemic. Good morning, sir. I am Ajayi Ifedolapo Janet, CEO Nero Food, started 2005, still in the idea stage. Okay, fine. It will surely materialize. Olua Shikemi, Oladile, Creative Director of Shrells Atelier. It's a fashion brand started in 2024. Amazing. Bamidele Ayomide, founder of sorry if I didn't get that pronunciation right. I make handmade fashion drawers. Okay, when did you start? Abimbola Favor. I am Afrocentric notepads, customized journals, and gift boxes. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so I think that we've done justice to that. The other ones that come in, I'll just read out later. Like it was said, I'm Oluwa Kwejo Oluwa Tosin. People that are very far away from me, not too close, they call me Kwejo. Those that are close, they call me Kwe. Those that are very, very close, they call me KY. So maybe I'll ask you, what would you like to call me? I know a lot of you will say KY. Well, it's fine. Anyone is just good. So let me jump right at it. Okay, others are coming. Abibola Favor and it's Oladimeji Rufiat. I sell dried proteins and I started in 2021. Fantastic. Okay, I'm talking about discipline is freedom this morning. And it's building habits that outlast motivation. How many of you have been to a motivational conference before? How many of you have done that? It's a yes, no question. I know a good number of us have done that. How many of you have read motivational books? These are very important, very nice books to read and to have. So the question is, how many of us have really, really done these particular things? Now, in that regard, my next question is just going to, hover around what can we do to make sure that we are building the certain habits, and those habits outlast every form of motivation. And the only way to do this is to imbibe the culture of discipline. Now, the question is, what is discipline? I'm not going to be academic, right? I'll just do my bits to create the context and have a conversation. So, sorry, I don't have a slide. Let's just, freestyle. Let's chat, let's talk, and I'll share stories of what happened in my space and space of other entrepreneurs I've got to know and I've got to meet. One very important story for discipline stood out for me, and that is the story of the second coming of Access Bank. Now, the current owners of Access Banks are not the original founders of Access Bank. The current owners of Access Bank, Ike Mokwedi and his late friend, how about Wiwi? You know the story of his passing last year. And that story, I read that story in Forbes magazine way back in 2024. So let me tell you a little bit of my background. I did computer science, and in final year university 2007, the company I currently run started. We started from the classroom in our university campus in Ado-Ekiti. And myself and about 5 of my friends, being myself 6, I casted the vision to them and we kind of floated the company. Now, we were doing projects, we were doing jobs, more like jobs for hire, software development. I was a lead developer at that time. Well, on that developer guy was on hands-on. Then in 2010, after NYC's everything, we went in full time. So we founded the company 2007, right? We started making money, but not on a consistent basis because we're in school. NYC came to the mix, but we still, I still had the identity of the, CSA. I didn't start with the CEO because, there was no office at that time and so I chose the title, the Chief Software Architect. So as we proceeded in this conversation, in 2010, after NYC, we went full time. So on the 27th of this month, that's 7 days from now, the company we started in the classroom is going to be 18 years old, 18 years since we started. We give God the glory for making that happen. And one thing about the company is that we have not taken any external funding till date. We have been very disciplined enough to plow back our profit about 60 to 70% back into the business. In fact, sometimes 80%. For the first 5 years when we went full-time operations, I wasn't taking any salary. Now, we told ourselves that we were needed to be very, very, we're building a big business. Right from them in our classroom, I told my colleagues that if you have 2% of this company, you're sorted. Now, I'm giving you practical, tips on discipline as you build. Then my question to you is, are you here for the long haul, or are you just here for a sprint? There's a sprint and there's a marathon. So we have come into a cycle in the last 18 months to 5 years. There was a lot of funding into the Nigerian startup ecosystem. People raised $15 million, people raised $20 million, people raised even more than that, and they went bust. And you want to ask yourself, what happened? So, number one, you need to understand that money doesn't solve all problems. If you don't have a vision, if you don't have a product that meets a fantastic product market fit, and you don't have the right tenacity in terms of resilience to drive the product from concept to market and stay in the market, and you don't have the requisite skill to build and run a successful business, if they put $1 billion in your hand, it'll crash. And you don't even need pastors to even pray for you, because there are foundatory principles that govern life. And those foundatory principles are rooted in laws. And one of them is in scriptures. It said, he that is faithful in the least is faithful in the much. So I know that there are some Muslims in the room, right? But the scriptures, if you look at the scripture says script, so it's the most powerful script in the whole universe, right? And that script is not a Christian book. It's a book for everybody. My dad was Muslim, and he had 2 or 3 copies of the Bible. He read it very well. It's my mom that's Christian, right? And I can tell you that while my dad was alive, he read the Bible more than my mom that was Christian. So I come to know that an average Muslim has the Bible. So I'm not talking out of context. Now, having said this, we now come to a point whereby, so we started the business and went full time. We have made some money here and there, but not consistent. I was even posted to Jigawa State, so I went there with my chronicles. I call it one laptop company and the like. But where I'm going to here is a discipline side. So the guys that raised money, and we were all clapping for them. I mean, I wasn't really clapping for them. I like the fact that they were raising money to build and grow their businesses, right? Now, but I knew that some of them were not very disciplined in their execution. Some of them were very, very wasteful. Some of them, because they raised $2 million, they increased their salary to $15,000 per month. Yeah, you're going to just kill that business. Now, but the convener of this idea, they raised money, but they were very disciplined in their execution. So it's not about the reason of the money, it's the capacity of the individual, or the inclinations or the leaning of the individual. So I and Dari came through different paths. I don't know, I think they also started close in the university, or they met in the university and the likes, right? Yes, they got some funding, and they continued to execute, and they executed very well. They're one of the very strong players in EdTech in Nigeria and Africa, right? We're also in education technology as well. And we created a niche in the education device segment, and we are one of the leading players in that segment as it stands today in Nigeria, and of course in Africa, as we are going to move fast. Now, but where I'm going towards is that it's not about that people raise money and become indisciplined. No, somebody said that money itself is not the problem, right? It just helps you to understand the attitude of the carrier of that money. So people, when they are poor, they are humble, but you think that that's their lifestyle, but that's not. But when they start touching liquidity, you now see that, okay, this guy can be very pompous, can be very proud and likes. So that was the true state of some of these entrepreneurs and startups that came before now. And the bubble is over, and reality has turned. People have closed shops. People told stories. Some were kind enough to return money to investors. Some pivoted. Some died. Some ran away. AFC is looking for them till today. Some went to prison. Some were locked up. I mean, some were even, role models to society in terms of raising funds, but they just couldn't scale that. Then another temptation is getting more money than you need, right? I think that's where Dari and his friend has been able to, do things right. If you see their raise are so minimal to ensure that they only take what they need per time, so that they don't clog, they don't get oversaturated, and they don't over, sell out themselves in the company. Now, but today is not funding and raising. Today is about discipline. So let me just share a few things, right? We started from zero 18 years ago. We are now a 10-digit business. 10-digit means that you make revenues in billions. Now, let me tell you a few things about myself. I drive a car that was bought in 2019, 1.5 million naira. That's the car I drive. For me, my mantra is I don't need to impress you with the car I drive. If I want to go for an high profile meeting, I can rent any car possible, right? But my own personal car is a Volvo 2004 model, although I'm going to change it very soon, right? And I bought it 1.5 million naira. If I tell you how much we made after that 2019, yeah, we're running close to 2 billion naira revenue. Now, that's to tell you, that's one aspect of discipline. Now, until recently, I was doing 250 naira as my salary. Hello, 250K. Yeah, good enough. I'm CEO, so the company takes care of my accommodation. The only thing the company does not pay is my children's school fees. So I'm sure that we are getting to the point whereby the next executive compensation will be that all of my bills, the company's on the company, plus my take home. Now, but we're not there yet. We're not there where the company pays my school fees or my kids, but we'll eventually get there. Now, what happens is the mantra in my company that we don't spend the money that we have not made. So we go put our hands dirty, make the money, then when we make it, we know how to spend it. Am I communicating? Now, if you get to my office today, and my office is in Jerry, Dari has not visited once anyway. I don't know if he has come before. But if you get into my office, I'm about to say something. If you get to my office, the table on my desk, the table I sit, was a table I inherited from my former chairman's office in 2014. He has used it for close to 5 to 6 years. I bought it at 6,000 naira. That is my official desk, with no apology. Channels have come to interview me in that office. EDC, where I trained in 2013, they came when we were doing our 20th anniversary. They came to take my video clips there in that office. All my clients come to that office. They meet me there. One of my friends, my big boss, came one day and said, "Coach, I need to change this table." I was just smiling. Why do I need to change this table? Although 90% of my clients don't come to my office. You know why? My product speaks for us. We built one of the most intelligent learning devices in the world, Success Tab, right? And I was supposed to connect with our latest brand of device. It's called Success Tab Prime. It is just like the iPad. It's like a wow. When my wife saw it, she was like, "I need to use this device." I'm connecting with the iPad right now. You get. So that one was pretty new. Just got it 3 days ago. I was always connected. So where am I going to? I'm just trying to let you know that you will put in the work, the business produces, and yeah. Now, in all of these things, we are very conservative with spending to ensure that the business makes times 10 before we begin to. Now, I had a co-founder. Now, because of the dynamics of the time we started, there was no free cash anywhere, so we needed to rely on spending. So I had an extra semester. I wasn't feeling well, so I had a carryover in final year. So my co-founder went to NYC before I did. Right, that's Kumbi. We're three of them, Kumbi and Okwe. So Okwe and I had one extra semester. I was very ill. I was on the first class at that time. When I took ill, it dropped to 4.0. I still did not pick up my certificate. It's still there in university, 18 years down the road. Because I knew I didn't want to have any option. I need to just go right at this. So I want to ask a question. Are you just doing this because if you are here for a side hustle, then you're not really going to make much. So let me come from the scripture perspective. It says, if your eye is single, that's another level of discipline. Your whole body is full of light. So I had temptations when we're starting the business, when the cash flow was not coming in, temptations to take another job. So instead, I did a consulting for 3 months. Now, in that consulting, I had a staff who was my cosmate that when I was earning 230,000 in consulting in 2011, I was paying her 50,000 to keep the doors open in Chronicles. It was a short-term consulting time. And all this we're doing to ensure that we had cash into the business, foiling the long-term vision. Am I communicating? Now, today, we have people in our office that we are paying over 700,000. Paying they're even part of people that we are paying rents for, right? Because if you get to a particular cadre in the company, your rent is on the company. Sometimes if you need to go give birth abroad, sometimes we support you in that regard. Now, why am I saying all of these things? It's just to let you know context. Now, everything I do, I have the leading shareholding in business, de facto owner of the company, but I don't use the word founder. I rather choose the word co-founder. Well, getting inspiration from my mentor, Bill Gates, that I role modeled when I was starting my company. So he's Chroniclesoft. So he's Microsoft, we are Chroniclesoft. Different dispensations, different generations, but his ideals was what. Now, but where I'm coming from is that aspect of you are disciplined to ensure that everything. I can show you our Excel sheets and revenues in about 15 years down the line. Can tell you how much we're making in 2013. In 2013, when we're getting into EDC, right? We were making, I think, just about 5.7 million that year. That's 2012. You get. So, but when we got into that training program, we knew that, okay, there's possibilities for us to expand. We knew that we're going to hit the billion range, and that's exactly what we're doing. But we're not going to stop. Why? Because we have companies in this country that are doing 13 digits. They are doing 15 digits. Who's doing 15? Yeah, I think only about 14 or 15, about 4 companies in trillions, right? That's MTN, Dangote, Boasim, I don't know if Boasim, about 5 companies are doing in trillions. So, in essence, is that we can actually begin to build capacities to that extent. Now, so going forward, please let me know how many more time I have because I can just keep going on and on. I'm very excited to see young people do this. So discipline must be the core at the center, right? There are discipline in executions, discipline in customer service, discipline in product development. Then most especially your personal discipline, that is the strongest of all, because you really cannot give what you do not have. Now I'm going to backtrack to the story of the people that started Access Bank. I mean, the second coming of Access Bank. Now that story to me it's very, very compelling. Now, 1 minute. Let me turn up my. Okay. Sorry, my charger just went off. Now, when Access Bank started, right, they incorporated a business, they got their license, and they were moving. So Ike Mokwede had a very, very amazing work ethic. He was not a traditional banker. He studied law, University of Benin. He did his NYC in a particular merchant bank where Fola Diola and Tayo Aderilokun were. Now, when they were going to start GT Bank, that's Guarantee Trust Bank, in the late 90s, he had so distinguished himself and that they poached him to be part of the foundational staff to drive the business, what they're doing. Now, because of that, right, you know what happened? He went on to make sure that was exemplified. So he got in as a pioneer staff of GT Bank, serving under his bosses, Fola Diola and Tayo. And you know what he did? He just went all out, gave himself to the work so much that he built the retail master strategy of GT Bank. Now, GT Bank still leveraging on that retail strategy till today. Now, at the age of 22, that's when he started with them. At the age of 32, he was already an executive director of Guaranty Trust Bank. Served with Fola Deola, the pioneer CEO, and transition was to be with Tayo, right? Then Jimmy Agbaje family was one of the early funders. That's the current CEO. Now, all of this, so succession plan was, so he asked himself, he's 32, he lives in Ikoyi, he's already a big boy. What will he do with the rest of his life? Now, discipline, hard work, dedication, execution, they go together. So you cannot be disciplined in isolation. Your discipline must be producing fruits. So what are you disciplined towards? As an entrepreneur, your discipline should be giving you traction. Your discipline should be giving you, putting you out there. Your discipline should be making people love your product. Your discipline should go more like you desire this more than any other person. Now, calling from that story, he took a break. He told his mom that this work is no longer exciting. Now, another thing in life as you go on, this is out of script, but let me just tell you this. One of the most important things you can do for yourself is brutal honesty with yourself at every point in time. You need to be brutally honest with yourself on a steady basis, on a per second basis. You need to be brutally honest with yourself part time, steadily. The biggest lie you can tell is to lie to yourself. So at 32, when everybody was clapping for this ED and say 32 years, I know this guy is smart, he's a genius, the guy was disinterested with everything he was doing. And he told his boss and said, next 6 months off, let him go think about things. Then he read a book called Buyout. And he told himself he too wants to buy a bank. There's another story, which is deeper anyway, that he saw the succession that was not going to come to him, right? That somebody else was chosen in favor. I don't know that. I don't even care. Yeah, right? But what I care most about was that this was a guy that reached the pinnacle and began to rethink what is next. Now, that thinking took some time off, read a book that inspired another level of vision. Now, that particular conversation went on. You know what he did? He came back to work and he looked over his decks. You know who was over his decks? It was Albert Wigwe, and said, let's go and buy a bank. And of course, Wigwe bought into vision. You know what they told themselves? They said the starting up a bank from scratch will be a very long, lengthy process for licenses. So let them look for a very good bank, good in the sense that it has license but struggling, so that they can buy and become majority stakeholders and take over running the bank. So they found one bank. I think the bank was like, out of the banks in contract, that I was like number 69 or yeah. So they started popping up capital, pushing it. Got from friends. They racked up everywhere to get 51 majority stakeholding in the bank. Then, somebody must write a movie about it so that we don't lose steam of that particular story. You know what they did? They left, they resigned from their roles in GT Bank and they went 2-3 streets away and resumed at another bank as a CEO and deputy CEO. Now, when the CBN saw them, they were just 36 years old. I'm looking very, I'm 44 this year, 45 next year, but God has been faithful. We started at 26, 27. You get it. Now, but this, the audacity for me. Now, at 36, nobody knew them, but they were in course on the plan. But where I'm going to is the discipline and the execution. So when they got into that bank, they had a plan that in the next 5 years, see, time is of essence. There's one law I need to tell you today. Some of you started this year, some of you started last year. It's what you call the law of time process. You can't beat time. You have to make sure that you put your sequencing and do the things you need to do and follow the law of time process. The people that want to beat the law of time process, they are the people they call Yahoo Yahoo boys, right? They want to earn when they have not sown. And you know what they do? They now begin to, they do a whole lot of things to just drive themselves crazy. And before you know, they lose their life in the process. They harm themselves long term, and it's not sustainable. Now, going forward, the Access Bank guys, they got into that bank and they moved that bank in less than 10 years, right? From the 70th position in the country, and they moved it to top 10. That's amazing. Now, if you look at that story, he worked so hard, he disciplined himself to the point that when he wrote his biography, even before his book came out, I told you I read that in Forbes. Now, when I was about to start Chronicles full time, one of my mentors told me, Mr. Chine, he said, no. He said that he would advise me to go back to school. I was already 27 at that time. I was not part of the privileged people 26. People that finished university at 21, 22, right? I did like 7 years in university, right? I started with diploma, 2 years, went 1 year, IT, came back for degree, had the degree, 3 years, did all the strikes, 2 years, and when I had an extra 6 months altogether, now I was going to run with passion to start Chronicles, and here was my mentor. He was saying, I had to go back to masters. I was like, who's going to do that? I said, so what I did was, so we're 3 founders. The other one went for masters. The other one went to an oil and gas company. So my second co-founder, right, she went to NYC before me. So where she served, she was retained. I won't say, hey, Kumbi, come over. What am I going to pay her? Right? So I know ladies, they are ahead of men. So she was going to get married. She got married before I did like 2-3 years. So I had the capacity. Moderator, is it my timing now?
Yes, so
Okay.
let me
How
just
many
give you
minutes do I
2
have?
minutes to wrap up.
2 minutes.
Like your time is up, so just give 2 minutes. Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you.
So let me wrap up quickly. Back to the Access Bank story, right? So they moved on very quickly, and something happened. They moved the bank to ninth, and he worked so hard and drove the bank so much. In fact, he had a piece to say that his wife was really, really standing for it. His wife was also in Citibank at that time. I think she resigned to face the kids while he was up and running, building that bank. And today, things that began to happen. He started acquiring banks, and they now became the largest bank in Africa in terms of customer base. At the time, they had 31 million subscribers or customers in the bank. Now, you and I know that Access Bank is a powerhouse, right? Now, because of that story, right, Access Bank is my core bank. My personal bank. It's not the core bank for my business, because I need to know the CEO of any bank for my business. So the bank we use, I interface with the CEO. But where I'm going to is, it just tells you what discipline can do when you choose to do the right things. I need you to see your business and see it from a perspective of long term. Don't come and play small. I want to also say that you need to build an empire in your purpose. So then last minute, I'm going to just tell you a short story. In 2005, I was in 200 level, and the IT that 200 level students have, I used that time to build a software. I called it Universal Test Engine. So when we resumed 300 level, I had a CD branded, packaged, called it Universal Test Engine, are like a professional software of those days, like the one that Microsoft and others used to sell. I brought it to school. Everybody was wow. It's like, I was just enjoying myself. So everybody was doing different softwares. Somebody would do telephony software, traffic light software. I was just doing only one software in my entire university, and that was that Universal Test Engine. I was just expanding the software, making it runnable. Now, what you call random question generation today was that platform that we used to do back. Anyway, to cut a long story short, that software has moved from just a software to a company. From that company, we built a tab, all from that generic product. So I want to please tell you that discipline to execute, every of us has that capacity, but we need to stay focused. So discipline and focus comes together. I know we'll catch up another time. Thank you very much for giving me this privilege. Thank you so much, Dari. Thank you very much, team. And I hope it was worth your while. Have a wonderful.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Oluwakoyejo, for sharing so deeply and leaving us with practical wisdom. I mean, we have what to run with. Discipline is freedom. One thing that stood out for me from what he said is when you're building this, when you're disciplining yourself, there must be results. So you can't say that I'm a disciplined person and we are not seeing a result. And he also said your business, you should think long term. So as you're running your business right now, you are thinking of your long-term goal. What do you plan to achieve at the end? This was really amazing. Please, in the comment section, I don't know, you are not celebrating Mr. Oluwakoyejo very well. Oh. Like this is when something is so good, so good, so good. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. Right. I can't thank you enough. Thank you. All right. So right now I will be taking you through the cohort 4 program structure. So you know exactly what to expect in the coming months. All right. So if you need to jot things down, you can go ahead. Okay. So this is a 6-month program, right? Carefully designed to balance learning and practice. So as you're learning, you are practicing. We have assignments, you have to do your assignment. Okay. You know, one thing Osborne said that I wanted to mention earlier was that work together on projects. So when you have assignments and it seems difficult, reach out to other people on the group. Please, can you help out with this? You can't be a loner, on this journey. And then Osman also said something that I would like to reiterate. He mentioned reaching out to facilitators, right? Reaching out to when we bring facilitators to teach you, it's good to reach out to them immediately, because one thing is they are it's still fresh. They know that they just taught, right? And then you are reaching out to them immediately. I'm so person from Embark. I just listened to your session. Thank you so much for pointing out to us. You can connect with them from there. So don't just wait till I'm going to reach out tomorrow. Do it as it is fresh. Okay, that's how you build connection with them, and start putting out, start writing your bio. How do you want to present yourself to people? How do you want to tell them about your business? Okay, start writing all those things down, right? So like I said, this is a 6-month program. You will have live weekend classes on Saturdays and Sundays. Saturday will be 8:30 a.m. on Saturday. Please, right now, start setting your alarm if you have not set it. That Saturdays and Sunday, 8:30 a.m. you should be live, and of course your video needs to be on. Okay, and then on Sundays 6 p.m. So it's going to be I think second and fourth. The operations manager will communicate that with you. So you also participate in spotlight shows. So we have spotlight shows once in a month where we bring industry experts. You ask questions, so you participate in that. You learn directly from industry experts, and also each of you will take part in a capstone project and eventually pitch your business idea in the pitch competition. So we are going to have pitch competition. Okay, so if I were you, I would start watching pitch competitions on, I think if you go to YouTube, if you have heard of Lions Den, all those things, start watching them now, start preparing. Don't wait till when it's time for the pitch competition. Okay, start building yourself. And then mentorship will connect you with industry leaders. So we also have mentorship sessions where we are going to match you with a mentor in your field. At the end of the program, we celebrate your achievement at the graduation ceremony and welcome you into the Embark Alumni Network. So you won't be working this journey alone. We have created peer-to-peer subgroups of 5 members each for accountability and bonding. Each group has chosen a leader and a supervisor from our core team will guide you. So supervisor from our core team will guide you. This way, you will have the support system needed to stay consistent. Okay, so as members of cohort 4, we expect you to show up consistently for classes and group activities, participate actively in discussions, assignments, and projects, uphold professionalism and respect for one another, respect your facilitators and mentors, and most importantly, commit to building habits of discipline that will sustain you beyond motivation. So, this program is not just about classes, it's about transformation. We believe each of you has the potential to create real solutions, and we are excited to see you grow into entrepreneurs who will shape Africa's future. Welcome officially to Embark Cohort 4. Can you give it up for Embark Entrepreneurship Academy? The energy, let's not drop the energy, please. Let's not drop the energy, okay? All right. So right now I want us to take our cohort pledge. Okay. That this is like a very important part of today, the cohort pledge. This is where we declare our commitment to the journey ahead. So I will be leading us through this. Do you want to put your hand on your chest or you want to raise your hand? Okay. So I'm going to read it and then you can just read it with me, okay? So we commit to show up fully, consistently, and with open minds, support and hold one another accountable as peers, respect our facilitators, mentors, and the values of the academy, apply ourselves to learning, creating, and building with excellence, uphold professionalism, and represent Embark with pride wherever we go. So right now, as you're posting on your social media, represent Embark, tag us, okay? Today, we pledge to learn, grow, and build enterprises that shape Africa's future. So help us, God. Amen. Bankole said, my hands on my head. Good one. Amazing. So you have officially committed yourselves to the Embark journey. Okay? So before we wrap up, we will be having a social media challenge, okay? And this is what I want us to do. This is what I want us to do. So you're going to post your the picture. So you remember the general flyer that has everyone's picture. You're going to post it, and then you're going to take a screenshot of what you can see on your screen right now, Embark Social Media Challenge, and then you're going to post it on your social media platforms, your handles, and tag us, okay? Write a good caption, share what you learned today from our keynote speakers, share everything you learned, and tag Embark Entrepreneurship Academy, okay? So before we wrap up, I want us to hear Rodia. Rodia is graduated from our last cohort, and she has something to tell. She has a message for all of you. So let's quickly listen to Rodia, and then we'll be done. Thank you, everyone. Okay, I can see that people are still taking the pledge in the comment section. All right, so we are waiting for Rodia's message before we wrap up. Thank you for staying to the end, everyone. So while we wait for Rodia, I just want to say thank you to all our speakers, alumni, and of course our new cohort members for being here today. Thank you so much. This is just the beginning, and over the next few months you'll be stretched, challenged, and equipped. You get to a time that you ask yourself, who do me like this, right? But most importantly, you will grow. Okay, so cheers to growth. Cheers to growth. So let's have Rodia. Thank you, Rodia. Welcome.
Hello, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good morning, Rodia.
Good morning, everyone. I want to say a big congratulations to everyone that made it successfully to this cohort, because trust me, it is not easy. I've been there and I know how it was. So congratulations, everyone. First, I'd like to say My name is Akwenrodi Adenike. I'm a fashion designer. I graduated from course 3 at EMBARK. Ever. While at the academy, I learned a whole lot of a team successfully. I learned to lead team and then lead a team successfully as I should rather than what I used to know before. While at Embark as well, I got a scholarship for a sales and marketing workshop, which was sponsored by Embark Entrepreneurship Academy. I also got a grant during this program as well. And as well, the big one that Embark did for me was that I got a scholarship, a 6-month scholarship for a fashion course, a fashion upgrade in Lagos. And this is a cost of over 1.5 million naira. Imagine I want to pay for this course by myself. It's a whole lot on its own. So I believe that Embark Academy is a wide ground for everyone to grow. If you put in your best, you actually get the best out of it. It depends on how you maximize this opportunity. So I want to charge everyone to make sure that you maximize this opportunity very well. Make best use of it. When you are given assignment, do your assignment. When you are given doing your capstone project, do your capstone project very well. In fact, put a lot of effort. Don't miss any class. It's not that when you start classes now, some of you will be lagging behind. No, please don't do that. If you really want to get the best out of this program, commit your time to it. Avoid any excuse you can give. Put in your effort so that you can get the best out of it. There are a lot of opportunities for you at Embark Academy, and there are lots for you to learn as well to implement in your business. That is if you maximize this opportunity very well. So I'm actually charging you guys to maximize this opportunity. When you have any problem in your business, reach out to the team. They'll always be there to support you. Do you understand? Put in your effort, put in your energy, ensure that everything aligns with what you come for. Like, there are a lot of things for you to gain. So when you put in your effort, you surely get the best out of it. Right now, I'm in Lagos doing my fashion upgrade. This is one of the big thing a bag did for me. So please put in your effort so that you can also tell a great story at the end of this program. So I hope every one of you I hope to wish you guys a congratulation when you finish this journey, and I hope that this is going to worth your time, worth your energy, and worth all the resources you put into it. Congratulations once again, guys.
You. So I don't know if you can flip your camera so we can.
Okay,
Yes.
no problem.
So I want you to actually take. Yes. Let's flip. I want you to get it first.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
Very
what
good.
about
It's
now?
good now. So can you please take it again? Thank you.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
okay, no problem. All right. But can you hear me
Yes, I
clearly?
can hear you now. Thank you. So please introduce yourself again. They
All
want
right.
to connect with you on social media.
Okay, my name is Akwenrodi Adenike. I'm a fashion designer. Did you get the name or I should take it once again? Akpoyin Rodi Adenike. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. Just type Rodi Adenike Akpoyin. You see, yeah. No, H. The Rodi has end with H. Yeah. So you can connect with me on LinkedIn, and on Instagram you can connect with me via Arab Stitches. That's my handle. So I said there are a lot of things for you to gain at Embark Academy. Trust me. While at Embark, I gained a whole lot of things that I cannot even mention finish. While at Embark, I got a scholarship for a sales and marketing workshop, which was sponsored by Embark Academy. I also got a grant on my business because one of the problem I had while I joined Embark was fundraising. I also got a grant to use the money for my business in order to scale my business, right? I also got a scholarship of a 6-month fashion upgrade while at Embark. I could remember I was just telling Mr. Dare that I wanted to go for a fashion upgrade, and then boom, few days later he sent the link that I should apply. He was there with me throughout the application process and all. So I got the scholarship, and it's a 6-month course. The scholarship is worth over 1.5 million naira. Imagine I want to pay for this by myself, guys. That's a whole lot of money, right? The scholarship come with feeding, it comes with accommodation. Yes, you heard me right. It comes with all, like the package is a total package for me. So this is one of the greatest thing Embark did for me. And I know that by the end of this program, if you guys put in your efforts, your energy, and you dedicate your time to it, there are a lot of benefits for you at Embark. So I want to challenge you all to maximize this opportunity very well. Please attend classes, avoid any excuse you can give. Like, do away with all form of excuses. Don't miss your classes, attend classes as at time due, do your assignment, submit your capstone project, put in your effort. And when you are assigned into a team, work with your team member as if you are the team lead. Yes, as if you are, don't feel like you don't want to overshine the team lead. Put in your effort so that you can also get the best out of it. There are a lot of things for you to gain, guys. If you put in your effort and your energy, you get the best out of it. And on a final note, I would say to you that the opportunity at your fingertip right now is the key to unlock the next opportunity you are looking forward to. So maximize that opportunity, maximize it very well. See, do it as if the everything you are doing at Embark is going to grant you a $1 million deal. Do you understand? So put in your energy, put in your effort. So I wish you a congratulation again, and I wish you a smooth journey while at Embark. Embark is like a gym. If you put in your effort, you get the best out of it and you get your desired results. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was so encouraging. Abi, I should apply me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome,
Yes.
ma.
So, to all
You're
our
welcome.
new cohort members, that could be your story in a few months. Okay. So, please put in your best. Put in your best. One thing that we do here, we are going to support you, you know, throughout the journey. We'll be here for you. So, like I said earlier, this is just the beginning. You'll be stretched, you'll be challenged, you'll be cute, and then you will grow. Okay. So, our next steps will be communicated in the group, so please stay tuned, and engage. All right. So devices, your writing pad, get everything ready, get your space ready, because you are going to be tuning on your video during the live session. So make sure your background, everything is set. Okay. So once again, on behalf of the Embark team, I officially declare cohort 4 open. Congratulations once again, and welcome to the Embark family. See you all in class. Bye, guys. Thank you. Hope you're clocking it to post right now, okay? Go and post about your orientation, what you've learned, and tag us, okay? Bye, everyone.